Welcome back, everybody. School of Roch. Roch Kubatko joins us from MASNsports.com. And last night there was a buzz in the press box because anytime when a top prospect is scheduled to pitch in the minor leagues and that prospect is scratched, everybody immediately thinks, oh, he's coming to the big leagues. Now, that happened with Jake Arrieta last night. He eventually got in the game for Norfolk. What's going on with Arrieta?
Yeah, I just want a nice, calm, uneventful day today. Is that asking too much? Really? I mean, Jeremy Guthrie came down with some general soreness, which became a major concern for the Orioles. You see what I did there. There was concerns that he wouldn't be able to pitch. He'd have to scratch it from his start. Jason Birkin was put on alert. And Jake Arrieta was scratched from his start at Norfolk so that he could go ahead and be available if they needed to bring him here to work out of the bullpen. I contacted a team official and said Arrieta was healthy. They were just leaving their options open. Then I find out later, hey, he's jogging over to the bullpen. He might pitch in relief tonight, which is what he did because Guthrie was okay. So where things stand now, and because it's got interesting, Arrieta only threw 2 innings and 25 pitches. So now the speculation starts all over again. Is that because maybe they want to keep him available the next day or so and bring him here, maybe have him work out of the bullpen? Does that mean maybe he'd pitch for Norfolk tomorrow and then start here Saturday for Bergeson and be on normal rest? Even though they've totally messed up his schedule by doing that, it might be tougher to make his debut after that. But we really don't know. But we were told that Juan Samuel would be open to using him as a starter or as a reliever if and when he gets up here. So that's going to fuel the speculation too. Maybe we go back to that old Oriole way. Maybe he comes up, works in the pen for a while Bergeson starts, and then around the non-waiver trade deadline, you put him in the rotation. Either way, it really looks like that Jake Arrieta is on his way here at some point, maybe sooner rather than later, in whatever role that might be.
See, and you can look at it from the other perspective because the quote last night was, we're keeping our options open.
Right.
So when you look into that, because he pitched 2 innings, he could pitch for Norfolk tomorrow. They don't have a day off. The Orioles do. He could pitch Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Right now, he's listed as the starter Thursday at Norfolk, but he also might pitch here. So it could be here, it could be there. But what I don't think it will be, I don't think that type of prospect comes here and goes into the bullpen. I think the options are open if he is needed here in a starting role.
Possibly. I mean, it's like Dr. Seuss. It could be here, it could be there, it could be anywhere. We don't know. But he's coming here. I mean, he's pitching so well, 6-2. ERA was 177 before last night. He gave up a run in those 2 innings, but he struck out 3. I think his time is coming.
You know, Roch, I think if you look at the entire organization, I mean, AAA mostly, maybe AA, you might peek at them a little bit, but there's really nobody down there hitting the ball very well, or anybody that this organization would think about calling up right now from an offensive standpoint. So maybe the option is they got to go out and buy some bats. What do you think about that?
Yeah, has the smoke cleared from that offensive explosion last night in the 9th inning? It's like fireworks night. They scored 2 whole runs in the 9th inning here. I mean, we all know the problems right now. 20 straight innings without a run until Scott Moore's 2-run single last night. They've been shut out 5 times. They've been held to 1 run 13 times. It's putting an enormous amount of pressure on these pitchers that feel like they have to go out and throw a shutout every night. They desperately need that big bat in the middle of the order. And I'm not splitting the atom here. I think we all see the same thing. Just a matter of how you do it. And that plan, Andy McPhail's plan, did call for them to grow the arms, which they're doing, but also buy the bats. Well, yes, please. I mean, I'm good at spending other people's money. Open up the checkbook. They're going to have to bring somebody in. Check the free agent market. Don't worry about who you're blocking. That's the least of their concerns right now. If you need to maybe package a couple of those young starters that I know they don't want to do necessarily and make a trade to bring somebody in that you can sign long term, a Gonzalez or a fielder, I say you've got to go for it because really, you know, it's killing them to have that big hole in the middle of the lineup. It's hurting Nick Markakis. He doesn't have his protection in the lineup. I think it would make Adam Jones a better hitter. I think it would make Matt Wieters a better hitter. There's nobody in the order right now that other pitchers fear, even a Kevin Youkilis type who's hitting home runs, getting on base, big slugging percentage. He's got attitude, which this club needs. They need 25 guys with that kind of personality. They're going to have to go out there and they're going to have to buy a bat. And not a reclamation project that you say, well, Crow can maybe fix this guy. Downward trends sometimes mean something. Get somebody on the upswing who has been consistent. No more experimentation. Let's get somebody in here proven and let's spend the money. I'll take up a collection if you guys want to join me. We'll pass the hat.
Well, you know, Brian Roberts certainly has been missed at the top of the lineup. You talk about middle of the lineup bat, and certainly that would help, but they miss Brian's presence getting on base and all the base hits and the consistency. Another setback for Brian. When might he get back on the field? Yeah,
it's another one, and they're saying it's not overly serious, but you have to wonder. I mean, remember, he was supposed to go ahead and play his first extended spring training game on Friday, and he reported that he had a soreness in his back that we're told by different people is unrelated to the herniated disc, if there's some way to actually determine that. And they didn't want him going to Port Charlotte, the bus ride, playing on a wet field. So he was supposed to play yesterday. They had 2 games in Sarasota against Tampa Bay's minor leaguers. He got treatment on the back. They decided, let's wait again. There's no games game scheduled for today. They'll try again tomorrow, hoping the extra rest will help. They have a noon game in Sarasota. He's eligible to come off the disabled list Wednesday. That ship has already sailed. They were hoping that maybe they would be able to activate him the following week, or maybe the week after that when they're in San Diego and San Francisco on that West Coast swing. But each day that he doesn't play in one of these games is another setback. It's going to delay his return, because remember, he's still got to go on a minor league rehab assignment too. So even though the Orioles are saying it's nothing to be concerned about and it's unrelated, it's still delaying his return, and they obviously would love to have his bat at the top of the order again. It's just always something with this guy. I feel bad for him. It's two different back issues, supposedly. It's the ab, it was the pneumonia, it was sickness from the medication. It's just been one thing after another.
All right, now go have a nice quiet day, maybe no intrigue on a Sunday afternoon.
That would be restful.
Roch Kubatko, MASNsports.com. The School of Rock, get on there. I'm sure he's already blogged this morning.